Hello everyone, this is Cooking with Matthew. Today we're going to be doing some egg drop soup. I've got a whole bunch of farm fresh eggs. As everybody knows, I've got a bunch of chickens, so we're going to make use of some of them chicken eggs. So I'm going to start off with a little of this sesame oil right here. Let me get my little notebook. Probably should have had some of this already together. It's late at night. I was going to try to get this video done earlier, and the daggum battery was dead on my thing. So, sesame oil. Let's see what we're going to put. I'm thinking we'll go with a 1/4 cup. Got me a 1/4 cup of sesame oil right there. I like getting the toasted sesame oil. It's got a little more flavor to it. So I'm going to get that going in there. And I'm going to start filling this up with some water. I've got 8 bouillon cubes in here, but I'm going to fill this thing up twice. It's going to be 2 quarts of water with the broth, or with the bouillon cubes. This is a very simple soup. I'm adding a few different ingredients to it that I like in it. It's going to make it taste a little bit better than what you're normally getting at the Chinese buffets. So that's 2 quarts of water. I'm going to have to add another quart. 8 cubes. Okay, so I got the oil heating up. Now I've got to measure out. I've got some fresh ginger cut up, and I'm not really sure how much I cut up. I cut up what I felt like was good. It's going to be 1 tablespoon. We'll just call that 2 tablespoons. That's pretty much what that ends up being. And I got some garlic here. I think it's going to be probably 1 tablespoon of garlic. Fresh garlic chopped. It's a little more, but it's about 1 tablespoon. That was 2, 1. Let's see. Okay, so I got that in there. I'm going to get me a little wooden spoon over here. I'm just going to stir this around. I'll show you what we're looking like over here. I'm going to see if I can hold this camera while I whisk the eggs, and it's going to be difficult. I need a cameraman, a camera woman. These videos, I've had help a couple different times, and it was really a lot easier when I had help doing these videos. I'm going to go ahead and add my 8 bouillon cubes into 1 quart of water. There's my 2 quarts of water. Alright, so I may end up adding a little more. Yeah, I'm going to add 3 quarts of water. For some reason why I think that's a little much ginger. I just sort of freestyle these videos. End up with 3 quarts of water. Three quarts of water. And I'll put me 4 more of these cubes in, because these are supposed to be, one of these is supposed to be for every 8 ounces. Which I may just roll with that and see what it tastes like right now, because I'm going to add some seasoning, which you normally don't add seasoning to the chicken broth. You can use low sodium or whatever. So I'm going to add 1. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of white pepper. And I still haven't went to the store to get my salt, so I had some salt I ground up. This little plate has been grinding salt up. I've got 2 of them grinders, so I may just keep it till ain't no sense in buying salt when I do have it. Waste not, want not. That's going to be about 2 teaspoons of salt. It's going to be 1 teaspoon white pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt. Then I'm going to add probably 1/4 cup of this soy sauce. It's the magic ingredient right here. That and the ginger and all that other stuff. I like putting carrots and peas in mine. I had some carrots. I couldn't find no peas. I could have swore I had some peas, but evidently I don't. 1/4 cup soy. Alright, so now just wait on that to get hot now. I'm going to give it a little taste, just see what this broth's tasting like. See if I may have to add something to this or not. It's tasting good to me. Like I said, I've got all these other seasonings in it, so might not need the broth to be quite as strong. So this same thing that I measured the thing is what I'm going to crack my eggs in and get it stirring around. And I can't tell you what size, because like these are all different sizes. You see, I've even got some real cool looking eggs. See, look, this one's sort of a green color, and one of my chickens is laying like a bluish color. Now I've got this real dark egg right here, and some whites and some light shades. I've got a couple different breeds of chickens, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll just use the white eggs in this because they're going to be large. These are going to be what I consider large eggs for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna go ahead and go 9, 10. So we're gonna do 10 eggs in this. Just gonna whip them up in here. It ended up being about 2 cups of eggs, if you want to go by cups. So we'll go 10 large egg or 2 cups. That's what it looks like. This is maybe a little over 2 cups. But now I'm just sort of waiting on this water to get hot. That'll help it a little bit. So I've got some green onions over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get them chopping up. Let's see. We can get this dirty stuff over there. You don't want this stuff boiling. You want it to come to a boil, but you don't want the eggs boiling when you start whisking them in. Got some green onions growing over here. It's weird, they had some kind of little water coming out of them or something. I ain't really planted these things maybe one time. I just I bought some and did another dish with them maybe a couple weeks ago. Trim them up, use them. We'll just go ahead and try to get these things lined up. It's one of my favorite soups to eat. This is nice and simple, and like I said, you hadn't necessarily got to put the garlic and the ginger in. You can omit that if you want, or you can add you some vegetables to it. Like I said, I like peas and carrots in mine. Like I said, you can add some chicken and stuff too, but this is the OG version. Like I said, but most of them didn't have garlic. Didn't have garlic in it, you know. So I've always put. I don't know if I've ever put garlic in it. I know that I've put soy and I put the ginger in it. But as far as the garlic, I don't think I've ever put any garlic in it. So that's just going to enhance it a little bit. Seemed like I used black pepper last time. It's been a minute. I used to make it when I worked at when I was the chef of the hospital down there in Foley. I used to make egg drop soup like once a month or something like that. Get my eggs back in a row. Now I gotta get my chickens to lay me some more eggs tomorrow. I didn't have nobody sell them to, so I decided to make some egg drop soup. I've been selling them pretty good, but I ain't got nobody really beating down the door to have it. But I've done hooked everybody up, so now the chickens are producing pretty good. We're gonna whip. Oh, I remember something I'm missing. I'm glad I thought about this. I'm gonna do a little cornstarch slurry. Have a little thickness in it. Help it thicken up a little bit anyway. I'm not going to add no crazy amount of cornstarch. I don't want it real thick. I just want it to have a little bit of viscosity to it. That's a heavy 1/4 cup of cornstarch. See my little half cup of water. Stir this around. I'm not going to add this quite yet. The water is starting to try to simmer a little bit, and that's where I want it to be at when I start adding the eggs. So I'm not going to quite. I'm not going to put that in there because it's going to retard it a little bit. Let's see. 1/4 cup cornstarch, 1/2 cup water. And you can just use chicken broth straight out of the. You can use 2 quarts of like chicken broth. You know, it comes in the little containers. If you want to use that, you can get the low sodium or whatever you decide you want to use. But I just did that because I think everybody's got some chicken bouillon cubes laying around. Everybody hadn't got the ginger. Most people have got garlic powder, so you can use garlic powder to replace the garlic I had, or just don't even put it in. Everybody's got salt, and you can replace it with with the black pepper. Everybody hadn't got this. This is a very key ingredient. Most people have soy sauce. So you hadn't got exactly added everything that I've added. This is my version of it. This is my take on it right here. So we're coming up to a little bit of a. It's trying to simmer, man. This thing's just taking some time. It's smelling very beautiful in here right now. I'll tell you that much. I'm excited to eat some. I ain't really didn't eat no dinner tonight. It's late though. I shouldn't be eating this late. Let's see. I'll go ahead and add this little bit of cornstarch in here. I'll bring you over to see what it's looking like. This ain't your normal looking, maybe it is. It's usually a little more yellow, I feel like, at the Chinese restaurant. You can add your little turmeric to this if you decide you want to as well. But I'm fixing to give this stuff another little try, because it's about the point where I need it for the eggs to make the pretty ribbons. You don't want this water boiling hard when you do it. And it's sounds like it's fixing to start boiling. I'm hearing it. Oh, it's got a beautiful flavor. Alright, so we're fixing to start adding some eggs to this, and I'm going to try to hold the camera as we do this, because it's trying to boil, but it's not. I can hear it. Maybe the camera will pick up on it, but it's not exactly. See if I can figure out how to do this now. It's going to be hard, almost too difficult, maybe. This ain't ideal the way I'm doing it. I'm gonna cut it down now. It's trying to boil. That's what I'm trying to stay away from. Yeah, cut it. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm adding the eggs in slowly. Whisking them around. You want to keep it whisking. You want these nice little pretty ribbons in it. It was about to come to a boil. Y'all didn't get to see it, but that's what was fixing to happen. I'll cut it back up a little bit. I'll keep it on 4 or something. It was fixing to start boiling. And the best thing to do is whisk this as you're pouring it in. I'm having to hold the camera and pour and then whisk. So like, this isn't really ideal what I'm doing here. But it's working. I'm making it work. See if I crank it up back to medium a little bit. The water's just hot enough, or the broth's just hot enough to where it's cooking these eggs. Oh, there was a hole when I didn't beat up too good. Whole yolk. That's gonna look. Probably gonna have a whole yolk. It's just sort of poached in there, maybe. See, it's looking like egg drop soup. Crank it up a little bit more. And this ain't ideal. What I'm trying to sort of hurry and try to hold a camera. It's best to let this thing come to a simmer and keep it at a simmer. Bring it to a boil and then just let it sort of just simmer a little bit. This is if I wasn't stirring right now, it'd probably be simmering right now. I can hear when it's doing it. I can hear when it's fixing to come to a boil. So I stopped it right before it's coming to a boil. Alright, so look, I'm gonna come back over here now where I can finish it up with 2 hands. Where I can show y'all the proper procedure to do this. I'm gonna crank it up a little higher again. I'm gonna stir this around a little bit. Try to get these eggs cooked. There's still some that's not quite. I think it's trying to come to a boil again. You gotta make sure this thing doesn't really come to a boil. I may end up adding 2 more eggs to this. I don't know. Maybe not. So this is the best way to do it, is just let it stream like that. It'll stir while it's streaming. Like I said, I was trying to hold a camera where y'all could see what it was doing. But this is the correct way to do it. 2 hands. Said if anybody wants to come over and eat some good food, that's about all I can pay you right now. And if I get rich, you can start getting a paycheck. We're gonna keep stirring that around. I'm going to show you what we're looking like now. Some pretty little eggs in there. Alright, so I'm going to pretty much, I feel like I'm done. I'm hungry. I'm fixing to, that bowl, I was going to use it. I did something else with that. I got to use the fancy bowl. Cut this off now. Give it a couple more little stirs. I'm going to garnish it with some green onions. I'm going to take this off. You don't want that sitting there keep getting hot. It'll keep cooking them eggs, and you don't really want it to keep just cooking them. So let's see if I can get a little wipe down on the plate. All right, so that's what we're looking like after it's all said and done. Beautiful soup. And I've got the recipe right here. So start off with a quarter cup of sesame oil, 2 quarts of water, 8 chicken bouillon cubes. You can just use 2 quarts of chicken stock. I didn't add no more bouillon cubes because it was 3 quarts. I added 3 quarts. I added that other quart, I remember now. I didn't change that. So it's a quarter cup of sesame oil, 3 quarts of water, only 8 cubes. You can add the 12 if you want it, but with the seasoning it was fine. Or you can just use regular chicken broth. 2 tablespoons of fresh ginger, 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic, 3 quarts of. So I added the water. Okay. So I must have put the water down twice. 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I did 10 large eggs. It was 2 cups of eggs what it ended up being. And then when it started trying to simmer, I added a separate bowl, 1/4 cup of cornstarch and a 1/2 cup of water, and added it in. Let the soup thicken up a little bit. Then I started streaming them eggs in. And once it was trying to start boiling, you do not want that water boiling. You want it just simmering a little bit. So with that being said, I pray that every one of y'all enjoyed it, and then y'all can make some egg drop soup for the house, and y'all have a blessed night. Until next time, like, share, and subscribe, and y'all have a blessed night.